Hello, and welcome to the Casino Tears podcast. I'm one of your hosts, 10 Ton is number one, and joining me as my co-host is the one and only Ed Robinson from Roll to Win Craps. If you want more info on our show, please visit our page at casinotears.com. On this week's show, we discuss build your own tables, floors, rooms, crews. We also touch on restaurants, cages, lobbies, valets, stop loss, win walk, and Ed's table of shooters. Hey everyone, this is 10 Ton with a quick note about today's show. We jump right back into the conversation Ed and I were having prior to the new year about playing like a pro with discipline. The show took a rather bizarre turn when instead of a best of 2025 list, we decided to combine our best ofs into one Frankenstein-esque casino session. Ed's monstrosity is on the Patreon side. I hope everyone who played over the holiday weekend made some money, and now on to the penultimate show of season 2. That's part of my New Year's resolution, dude, is I'm going to be very disciplined and approach every session as a pro, a true pro. I was talking to Bump John about this. I'm like, no matter what, we have to limit these losses because it's great when we can walk out of there. We have walk amounts.
Yeah.
I was thinking no matter what, 2 G's, we walk. 2 G's down for me, we walk. Because then I limit something like a $10,000 loss in one night where it just goes to shit versus what would you say would be an immediate, I know that you wouldn't do this, I don't think, an immediate walk with profit amount? Because Bump John and I were talking, I'm like 20% is immediate, or would it be 25%? You hit this, let's say I'm rolling. I bought in for 10,000. All of a sudden, I'm up 2,600. So I'm actually up 25%. Now, is 20% my number where it's like, okay, no matter what, we're done or I'm done. I'm going to pocket 2,000. I've got 600 now to just go with. What would be a good percentage amount as a immediate walk with profit? Because you have to walk with profit.
200%.
No, Ed. Yeah, of course. But I mean, you have to take these little.
All right. So
you have to take the wins to be profitable.
You got to limit your losses, maximize your wins. If you want to become profitable in this game, minimize your losses, maximize your gains. So what percentage is your win-loss limit?
What do you mean?
We talked about this a gazillion times early on.
I know, but we're talking about it again.
Yeah. So
I'm thinking going in.
If you've got, let's just say a $10,000 buy-in, most of us don't. How much are you willing to lose before you walk? Are you willing to lose 30%? Where you got to go, okay, I got to stop.
2,500 is what I'm willing to lose. I won't feel super shitty if I can get this back. I don't want to lose. That's
the whole point. What's the number? Everybody's got a different number. All right, so if it's 20%, 25%, 30%. I use 30%.
You use 30%? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'll take a little from the old pro. Okay, 30%.
That's what I use. I mean, but I'm not buying in for $10,000.
Whatever. If I bought in for 3,000, it's still 1,000.
Yeah. If you haven't, if you're all of a sudden you're down 30%, then you need to walk.
Okay, so 30%.
Ed needs to walk.
30% is going to be my walk. We're going to do this.
So if I'm buying in for 1,000 and I'm sitting with 700 in my rack, unless there is one caveat, unless I'm the next shooter because I have confidence in my shot.
Okay.
Do I have confidence in my shot tonight? Was I just stupid on some other people and now I need to win that back? So then it's...
Well, that's one of the biggest things that I'm going to do is try to not be stupid on other people. I have no problems walking away a loser if I was the loser. I have more problems if I pissed it away.
That's the big issue. Everybody pisses it away.
Yeah.
Because why? I mean, look at what's going on YouTube all the time. It's, you need to have enough for 10 shooters. And that's all. That's 100. That would be 100% stop loss. That's stupid. That is stupid. I told you early on, a year ago, always walk away with money. If you walk away with money, you're not a total loser.
Did that become popular from David from Casino Quest?
I don't even know the guy. I've never spoken one word with that guy.
Well, I think he's a big proponent of that. I don't know where that came about, but I know he's talked about it. I used to think I need it roughly to go around the table a couple times, a full
You
table?
don't have to bet on every shooter at the table.
This is when I wasn't shooting, because I said a lot of times, and when I was playing, I was not shooting. That's why my whole thing started with more betting.
That's why I say, you got players mentality, you've got shooters mentality, and there's totally different mentalities in effect there. Players mentality is I walk in with $1,000. I'm willing to lose $1,000 just to have fun at the craps table. I said this other day, I've never had fun losing money. So if you got a 30% stop loss, what's your win goal? All right. So in your example, you said 2,000, but you're up 2,600. Take your money, move it to the back rack, put 600 in the front rack, and see what you can do with the 600.
Let's go. Let's do this, Ed, because I like this. I'm going to stick with a 30% walk rate no matter what. So if I'm buying in for 3,000, it's going to be 1,000. I'm out of there. If I'm buying in for 10,000, it's 3,000. I'm out of there. So on the opposite side, what is my win? Once I get over this plateau, I mean, I'll take $100. I don't care. I mean, given that you're like tired or whatever, or the session ends, you're up $100. You're not going to just play till you get to that level. But what's your trigger? Like, let's say I shoot, Bump John shoots within 30 minutes. Let's say within 15 minutes, I'm up $3,500.
Out. I'm gone.
Exactly. Right.
Immediately.
You triggered. Right, but what number is that? Is it the same as is your win the same as your loss?
No, the win will ultimately want to be higher. But if you've had two good rolls and all of a sudden you find yourself up 20%, 30%, 18.5%, whatever it is, all of a sudden, boom, you just made a bunch of money real quick. That's when you need to leave the table.
So you think the win percentage should be a little lower? Let's say 15%?
You're asking the wrong degenerate.
There's been times when Bump John and I've gone out and I'm like, dude, we're walking. I think it was like the second roll. We're walking. I'm done. Yeah. To go in there and grab $1,000 or 1,500, I don't want to lose this, dude. It's almost like you got out of work early, you know?
Let's go back to last October when I was in Vegas. I had some good runs. We had Sweet Rolls had a good run. I hit the ATS one night. I was on. I had some good rolls. I pissed away a little bit on a few other folks, and then I was done. I didn't wait on the dice to come back. Too many people going to, it's just too long a wait. Went to the Aria, bought in one time, threw the dice one time, walked out with 4,200. There was no doubt in my mind when that.
Of course, dude.
There's no doubt in my mind when I'm coloring up or when I'm finished with this roll, I'm done.
How much did you buy in for it, Aria? Do you remember?
1,200. 1,200.
Let's say that roll, you were only up 800 after that first roll.
I probably would have left.
So what is that trigger amount? The immediate walk.
That was more of a gut decision kind of a thing. That's a feel.
I know, but I'm telling you,
it's tough.
Having those times when I feel like I'm always good when we walk. When I'm up, I do think that's one of my strong points.
If you've got a number, whatever your number is, let's just say your number is 20%, which I think is a low number.
I don't think that's low.
I think it's low. Personally, I think that's a low number. But if you're up 20% plus, do like I said, take your buy-in, put it in the back rack, take your 20% profit, put it in the back rack, put your leftovers in the front, and see if you can. I mean, I play games. I play games with it. It's like I got a stack of quarters that's got $2,000 in the back rack, and I got 500 in quarters in the front rack. I want to say, can I make these quarters catch the other rack? How can I make these quarters catch the other rack? That's the kind of, I play these little games with the colors on and that kind of thing. It could be reds, it could be blacks, it could be quarters. I like quarters. So I play these games like trying to make one side of the rack catch up with the rack I've already locked up. So it becomes a game then to me. Can I make this $2,000 that's sitting back here? Can I make this 500 turn into 2,000?
Let's say I'm up over my limit at a crapless table with $500. I might just take that 500, put it on 12 and go, okay, here we go. Let's go for it.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I'm not that crazy. I would take a number. If you're going to do that, you do the old Ed waiting on the dice play on the crapless table, which was $35 12.
Yeah,
no other bet. A $35 12. You got a bunch of people out there. You got $500 in profit. You're on a crapless table, and you got 6 people going to shoot. Bet $35 12 on each one of them, and
Oh,
just
I'm
stand there
talking
and
about yeah,
have a
your
drink.
last roll. That's what I do. If I'm
No,
shooting,
my last roll, I'm not going to just do the 35. I'm not going to do that for the 12.
I'm gonna put it all on a big ass
If I
number.
had $500, I'm not going to put it on the 12. I might put 50 on the 2 and 3 and 50 on the 3 and 11. That's 200 of the 500. And then I might go 150 on the 6 and 8.
Yeah, sure. There's a million ways, but I'm just saying as a parting shot, I might do that. Go for it. Depends on how I'm rolling though.
A sayonara bet.
So you don't have a set number. 30% is your walk loss. My walk away win. I'm probably going to say,
dude, I can't tell you how many times I'm not bragging or anything like that because it goes the other way too. But there's been a gazillion times where I've bought in with $600. I've talked to you about it during it or right after it and that kind of thing. And I'm waiting on the dice and I'm just doing a few don'ts here and there and I'm trying to build up a little bit. And then I get the dice, I get a good run. All of a sudden I got $1,800. I'm coloring up right then. Right then.
yeah, there's
Three
no,
times you're buying, out the door.
dude, that's rare for me to have 3 times my buy-in. Okay. But
Well, we bet differently.
yep. And I'm also have the luxury of still being here. So I don't care. I can just split when I'm up 20%. I'm surrounded
You
by
do have
craps
that
tables.
luxury, and that there is a difference between the person who lives in the casino area or close to a casino where it's short travel time versus somebody like me who's got to drive 5 hours, going to spend a couple of nights. That's your most typical situation. I got to drive a long ways.
Yep.
I got to spend the night, spend the whole day, whatever. That's when you got to be more careful, more selective. It's like I'm already telling myself, don't fall in a hole tomorrow night, Ed. Don't fall in a hole tomorrow night.
Yeah.
As bad as I'm going to want to go play,
Yep.
as good as that steak and lobster is going to be,
I'm going to figure out an amount.
you know, I don't like the 20% win goal because that's based on guys taking enough to bet on 10 different people. I don't like that idea. I don't like that idea at all. I don't like the 10% or 20% win rate. I'm out the door.
Okay.
But there's some amount you got to lock up. If you want to lock something up, lock 20% up. Not a problem. Play with the overage. Play with the overage.
I'm going to go 20% is the walk win.
Yeah. For you, that probably would be good. For me, I'm going to lock up the 20%, play with the overage. If I lose the overage, fine. If I don't lose the overage, I've made money.
If I had a $3,000 bankroll, that's going to be $600. I'm cool with that. I could easily go get some food and go home and work on some stuff. $600. Lock it up.
Yeah.
It's tough to get into that profit mode, dude. It just is.
Well, the longer you play, the more you're going to lose.
Ed, one more thing. So I told you I was watching Frankenstein, right? That
Yeah.
movie. I don't know fucking how we ended up away from that convo. So I was watching Frankenstein, and then in the car today, I was thinking I didn't do a best of. I wanted to do a best of list, like a year-end list, like everyone does. But of course,
Yeah.
I started it. It was shit that I wanted to get done, but I didn't do. I literally came up with a whole poll. It had, I don't know, 25 questions. It was like, which Caesar's casino do you like? And blah, blah, blah. What's your favorite? Blah, blah, blah. I get all these things on this poll. I learned how to do these things on Google Sheets or whatever. I went through this whole thing. Obviously, it's not seeing the light of day. I was going to post it on the Patreon page, to see this, but figured I'd do this, Ed. I was thinking after that Frankenstein movie, I'm like, what if I could Frankenstein? By the way, that guy in that movie, if anyone sees it, Dr. Frankenstein, whatever that guy's name was in that movie, he reminded me of a musician that I knew in LA, and I just hated him. But in this movie, you end up really sympathizing and feeling for Frankenstein, right? And so if you had to put together, right, a craps session like it was Frankenstein, an ideal craps session, this is how I would put together sort of my dream scenario like it was Frankenstein. So this is what I would do, Ed. I'd like to hear yours after you hear mine.
Right.
I would take the place that I would like to play, the casino floor. It would be Aria. That's the casino floor if I had like a perfect session, right? But because I like the height of their tables and the size of their tables, I would take the actual tabletop hardness I would bring it over from Fremont. Okay. I would take that, put that on the Aria table. Okay.
You're building a Frankenstein casino.
Yeah. Okay. Check
Okay.
this out.
All right.
All right. So I would have that casino floor, though, that environment, because I've had my biggest wins there, dude. For some reason, it's very calm for me. It just is like late night. It just seems to clear out. I feel good there shooting, calm. And I love the height of that table. But I take the surface from Fremont. Now, what would make the perfect experience? Like, because every little casino has these things that I like. First, I thought driving in for valet, because I valet when I go to a lot of places. I would take the valet guys over at Paris. That's one of the only things I would take from Paris is their whole valet situation, because those guys have treated me so well. I go in there, they know me. They always leave my car like literally right in front. Dude, I walk out of Paris, even after I was felted for that 10 G's, my car's right there. Walk right into it. So cool. Never wait. It's always easy. Those guys are great. So I would take the valet from Paris. Okay. Now, the crew. Okay. The crew. This was tough, man. If I had to come up with my best crew, it would be tough. I would almost have to build out shifts because there's a crew over at Durango. One specific guy I would pluck out of Durango. That was PJ. And then there's Anthony I would pluck out of Paris as an entirety. I loved most of Aria's staff, right? There's like a couple shining stars. There's a couple stick guys and dealers at Durango. There's a couple great ones at Palms. I tell you what, I mean, there's a specific guy I could have on stick. And I'd rotate with this woman over at Aria, who I think is just lucky. She's been on the table when I've had some big ass wins. And mostly Aria Palms, a combo of dealers, the majority of that. If I had to then go to sleep and stay in a hotel, I would take, and I thought about this on why I like this. I would actually take the Tower Suites at Encore, which is the other side of Wynn, because it is so easy once you get into this private room. If anyone stayed at Tower Suites, it's just really nice. It's like its own private little hotel lobby area. There's never anyone in there. You go in there, you never see anyone. And then you go up, it's like you're in this very private room. The rooms are just nice. And then here's the other thing. When you go out those doors, you're right on the casino floor. You just appear on the casino floor. No big walk, right there, dude. That's what's cool about staying there. Plus, the rooms are really nice. I would take that. Unless I'm in like the penthouse suite up in Sky Suites at Aria, which is amazing. But I'm just saying, as a standard room, it would be there. And then I thought about the people. This is a little tricky. Ed, if I had people that I would have at my table. All right, you want to know who it would be? My first round. There's a lot of people because I'm sure I'm going to alienate everyone here.
Yeah, you're going to alienate a lot of folks here, dude.
That's okay. I'm going to do it, Ed. Okay? If someone forced me, and I'm going to offend everyone, but thank God, because this is justified. Stick left one, bump John, because he's my main partner in crime. I know this guy the best. He's stick left one. He's a 74 roller. I witnessed it. He's stick left one, dude. Then I probably won't make your table, but you are stick left two, Ed, because he doesn't mind moving. He could step out. Plus, you guys can roll tide together,
Oh yeah, we'd have a good roll tide blast right there. Yeah,
and that'd be good. I like having you over there. You're like far enough away, you wouldn't be judging me. It'd be good. And then, you know who I'd have straight out? I would have Dice Coach. So now you get to talk to Bump John and Dice Coach. And Dice Coach is great. He's strong from straight out. When I've seen him, he's been strong at Bellagio, though. He's been really strong from straight out. Okay, but I think he'd be good at those Fremont tables too, straight out. Hard surface.
Except those are 14-footers.
Yeah, well, guess what? I'm making it a 12-footer with the Fremont top because this is Frankenstein.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
10-ton and Stein, dude. We're taking that hard surface over there. And by the way, the ATS is uncapped. That's the other thing. That's on those bets. There's going to be no repeater bets on this table. There's going to be no hard way bet that was stolen from me. And there's going to be 100 times odds if you want. Now, Ed, getting over to the other side, this is going to surprise people. I was like, how do I pick people that would be at my table? I've had to have played with them at least, more than a few times, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to take this as a wild card, but have played with this guy, and this would be G-Ray. G-Ray, and he's a straight out shooter. I hardly know anyone that just is a straight out shooter. I don't know a lot. And in fact, G-Ray is one of the only ones that I know. Played with him so many times. That's where he's most comfortable. And it's really because I just don't know a ton. I know him and Bo. Really, I can't think of anyone else that's comfortable from there and would call it their spot. And then my last spot, first of all, usually don't want anyone next to me at stick right 1, but at stick right 2, I'm going to put your boy, my boy, James A., not only because he's a fucking Viking fan, it's because obviously he had the 107 roller. So I've got 2 guys that have crushed it with some big rolls. I'm probably one of the guys that has the least amount of rolls on that table because I know Bo's crushed it into the 50s, probably more. I know you have. So that's my first round of table. I would sub out James A with another Viking fan. If you're a Viking fan, you get to sub in. Alan G can come in. We could just talk Vikings because it was fun. And I shot with James A bunch of times. I think that's first round. Sorry, not meant to offend anyone, but you get it. I've got a 74 roller, a 107 roller right there flanking me. I think everyone would want that.
Yeah. That's not a bad choice. Not a bad choice.
As far as like restaurants, dude, I was thinking this is a tough one, man. What casino has the best if you had to go have drinks and food? That's a tough. That was probably the toughest one I came up with, because if I was going to have sushi, I'd probably go to Nobu. If I was going to have steak, you can go so many different places. So I don't know, man. Ari is a safe bet just because it's got so many different, it's got a great steakhouse, got a great sushi. If you wanted Mexican, it's there. If you wanted some Asian, it's got lemongrass. It's got a really great mix. So that's my Frankenstein Craps Session.
Casino.
Dude. Valet into the lobby. I mean, the main lobby, I would probably mix together, walk through that botanical garden thing at Bellagio before you get to the main check-in.
Okay, sounds good.
And I guess if we had to do a second session, I'd go to O'Shea's because I love that place. Dude. I'd take for nightcaps, like we're going to O'Shea's, man. Yeah, I like O'Shea's. I just like that.
When's the last time you played at O'Shea's?
It's been a while, man. I've been dying to get back. I'm going to go back there soon. When I have some cash from stockpiling, like a chipmunk.
That's when you go to
O'Shea's. All right. So after we win at the Frankenstein table, I'm going to take some cash, 20% of my winnings, and go down to O'Shea's with whoever wants to go, because that table's also a nice size table. Okay. That's what I would do, Ed, if I had to come up with it. Hopefully everyone can see my rationale for the people that are at the table. That's just like the first shift. I could fill this table up with a bunch of other people right after you guys all got tired. I got a whole second team that I could.
I don't know if I can do this, dude.
Why? Okay, Ed, what would be the casino floor that you would most like to be in, just to be in and exist in? Hey, everyone, this is 10 Ton. And don't you hate it when we end the show like that? Right when you're getting into it, you're invested in the convo, and then bam, out of nowhere, we just leave you hanging. If you're on our Patreon page, though, you get the full episode along with some show notes. Hope to see you there. And of course, new episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. Let me repeat that. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we'll tell all of your fellow craps playing friends about it. Please follow Casino Tears on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you like the show, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. The best and most fun way to contact us would be to call and leave a message on our official Casino Tears vent line, 229-NO7. You can also email us at no7@casinotears.com. And lastly, to help support this podcast, you can visit our Patreon at patreon.com/casinotears. On behalf of Roll to Win Craps from Alabama and 10 Ton is #1 from Las Vegas, thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and will tell all of your fellow craps playing friends about it. Please follow Casino Tears on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you like the show, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. The best and most fun way to contact us would be to call and leave a message on our official Casino Tears vent line, 229-07. You can also email us at no7@casinotears.com. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. On behalf of Roll to Win Craps from Alabama and 10 Ton is #1 from Las Vegas, thanks for listening.